And welcome to another outstanding episode of the Advocate's Corner with Clark Pena. I'm your host, Clark Pena, and today we're going to help a lot of people out of their psychological misery. We have here our friends from Venture Credit Solution, the CEO and founder, Joe Clapman. Sir.
How you doing?
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You're going to be saving lives here today.
You'd be surprised. It sounds extreme, but it's true.
It is true. It is true. Tell us about Venture Credit Solutions. We're trying to take advantage of the time that we have because this is a very important program.
All right. So before I get jumping, I just wanted to make it clear, we're not here on a capacity of a financial advisor, for instance, and I want everybody to research, actually look into what I'm saying today, and see for yourselves the importance of both monitoring your credit and doing something about it, not at the point where you need it done, but before. So this way you're ready when you need your credit.
Duly noted, sir.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
So you asked, a little bit about venture.
Absolutely.
It started really when I was younger. I used to always hear, be careful of your credit, monitor your credit, these things. My mother used to say to me, you get better things in life, access to things in life. And like any kid, you listen to some, you don't listen to others. And it actually took me going through certain things and realizing that I was getting taken advantage of by things that didn't even belong on my credit. So I had, at certain points, medical collections on my credit when I had paid that bill. Or things, that happens millions of times.
Really?
Okay. So when people hear credit repair and they think, hold on, they're going to fix something I did wrong, besides for helping people with their credit on that level, there's so many mistakes that you're paying the price for daily. That whether it's through your car insurance, through your health insurance, through you want to get an apartment, you have to give 3 or 4 months if you even get accepted to that apartment because your credit doesn't look good. And people these days can't get a job if their credit's no good. You have employers these days looking at your credit. They want to understand that you're financially sound, that you're a person that takes care of your things. And you go for that job interview, you pitch great, you do your work, and then they run you get to that phase 2 where they're running the background on you, and there could be reasons you don't get that job that was not even your fault.
And that's so unfortunate. And what I really applaud Venture Credit Solutions for is you reached out and you say, we want to help. We want to help. What makes you different than the other folks that are out there? Okay,
so there's a lot of different people that have gone into the credit repair world, and they call themselves a company that does credit repair, when if you look on their sites or if you look at the way they're charging, they're more credit education, and then they're doing the credit repair through some sort of a loophole. We attacked this and said, no, we're going to be doing this both on a federal level and a state-by-state level compliant. And we're going to make sure we're doing credit repair. So one of the biggest things that people get sucked into is, I'm going to pay you for the I try. What does that mean? They say, you're going to pay us $99, $149, and now in credit repair, we can't guarantee anything. It doesn't work like that. I'm not claiming to have some sort of secret relationship with Experian. But on the flip side, people want to get paid, so they're paying monthly things to, I'm going to try to help you remove items off your report. We are a success-based company. So that means there is no I'm paying to try. You will only end up paying for items that actually get removed, that don't belong on your report, and we help you get your report accurate.
Okay. But I know many students that are currently in our city university system that even before they graduate, they're in debt. So, what do you tell them, Joe?
So there's 2 parts of that. When it comes to your credit, there's having debt, and also how you manage debt. So there's multiple things that people look at when it comes to and identifying whether or not they want to give a person a loan or give them the apartment or give them that job. We're actually rolling out over the next month or so, a month to 2 months, towards the end of the year, a program for college students.
Excellent.
Because yes, it's unfortunate they're getting slammed with debt, but it's how they handle the debt and how they have knowledge of how to treat their credit that will get them that job. The problem that's happening these days is they're going and spending all this money, they're jumping into debt head first, and nobody's actually teaching them, hey, if you don't treat your credit properly, then what's going to happen is you're not going to get a job. It's very nice you have the college degree that you just spent God knows how much on, but you're not even going to be able to get the job. So we're actually rolling out where we're heavily discounted for college students.
Wow.
We're going to be giving free classes on that to make sure that they actually have a chance. It's sad with the amount of debt they're getting slammed, but that they have a chance to actually deal with this properly.
Isn't it unfortunate, though, that this isn't even taught for them to maneuver their way around falling into debt? You know,
Right.
they're starting out on a negative, if you will.
Yeah, so they're being set up to fail. I always joke when it comes to the doctors. You know, doctors, you have the best doctors out there, and then we would see in the finance world that they're failing on a business level because of their finances. They don't know, you know, there's no business course in medical school.
Right.
Similar in college, nobody's teaching them how to manage their credit, how to make sure that they're managing their debt properly, how to manage, you know, what's going on, and make sure how to monitor their credit to make sure, you know, the junior senior thing doesn't happen where a kid could have perfect credit. His father, John Senior, John Junior. John Senior misses a payment on the mortgage, and for some reason it shows up on Junior's credit report.
Wow.
Junior did nothing wrong. We can help get rid of that. You know, fight for that to come off.
So for those that are going through the struggle at this point in time, is there hope?
So yes, 100%.
There is. Beautiful.
You know, if you look back to the 70s where they started, you know, 1970 actually when they came out with the first, you know, the FCRA, and since then the amount of laws and acts, all the way, you know, Clinton came out with more. It's the government's trying. They really are trying. Where it's not working is they're over-regulating certain things to where, you know, companies, you know, have to make sure, and they're handcuffed. For instance, in the state of Georgia, you can't do anything to help a guy out. He has to do it on his own. You can't educate him. You can't do anything with credit repair. But on the flip side, it's great that people are getting some sort of an education. You used to have people that would charge thousands of dollars for I'm going to try, and then disappear with the money.
Well,
So now, no, you know, and imagine you have somebody that they get cut, they go to the hospital makes it worse.
Right.
That was happening here. You had people going to credit companies, and there are thousands of people that are doing it from home and calling themselves a credit repair company, and people are getting more and more hurt. So with these laws, you know, on the federal side and on the state-by-state side, where, for instance, we don't take payment up front as a payment. We make sure that you're only paying upon success. You know, I know I'm a big guy and I compare everything to food, but we treat our clients like they're coming to our restaurant. And what I mean by that is we don't want you here for the next 62 months. Like some places want you there every month to get that payment.
Correct.
We want you in, fed, and out. We want you in. We're going to help you get that free assessment to make sure you see what's going on. If you opt in to go ahead and allow us, we would work with you to fix that, to get the items, you know, to fight the things that don't belong there off. And then we can even help you, assist you in getting revolving lines and money, whether it's on a student level, whether it's on a business level, to help you grow that business at bankable rates.
I deal a lot, and hopefully we make the connection with different labor unions in our city. And there was one labor union, we don't have to name them, but they got a huge retroactive check for all of their members. They started buying boats, they started buying motorcycles. There is nothing set up for some of these members where they can kind of like create some financial plan. Am I correct? Is that something you guys do?
So no, we don't do the financial planning. We're actually bringing on board shortly, and we're in the middle of negotiations with people that do financial advising. They're licensed. And I always say, when you're doing anything in life, get somebody that's licensed in the state, that's accredited, that can show you they're working with a reputable place. Go down and see the office. We have offices in Hackensack, New Jersey. We welcome our customers, our clients. We want them to see us. We'll get on the phone. I give my clients my cell phone number.
Excellent.
You know, I hate these places where you go online, and my brother used to make fun, where they're hiding. You want to communicate with us? Send us an email. What happened to a phone call?
Correct.
Here's our office
Correct.
address. We're not hiding.
Right.
So, you know, we want to help people both on helping them ultimately with financial advice, credit advice, helping get access to money, so this way they can take control of their lives. Why should you or anybody pay more for something based on mistakes? And there are hundreds of millions of mistakes that people are paying for. You know, do you know that when your credit goes up, you call up your car insurance, they're supposed to lower it?
Really?
So you save money right there. Forget about on the mortgage side. Forget about on the big purchase side. I'm saying day to day, you immediately see differences.
That's a beautiful thing. I think that would make, especially now that we're getting close to the holidays,
Oh.
it's a beautiful thing to just to celebrate. To celebrate on the getting out of this debt hole.
Sure. So, people look at the new year and the seasons and they say, you know what, I want to take something upon myself. I'm going to get healthier. I'm going to get, I'm going to start saving. I'm not going to spend as crazy. I'm going to do things properly.
Right.
We actually can help you, not on the diet side. There I have no experience, but we could actually help you with that plan of action and say, okay, we're going to give you that free assessment. This is how long we believe, historically, what we've seen, it'll take to help you get out of this if certain things don't belong there, and we can help you get to a healthier place.
So there is hope.
100%.
What's the first step?
So with our company, you reach out to Venture Credit Solutions. You can reach out with 877-65-SCORE. You could go to our website, at venturecreditsolutions.com. We're doing something with the Advocates Corner. You mentioned them. You mentioned Clark Pena. We give you, once you're onboarded, a $100 Visa gift card. Okay, helps with the holidays a little bit.
Thank you.
And we want to make sure that people realize this is a success-based program. So we're going to be clear about this. If we're not successful in getting those items that don't belong there on, we get zero. It costs you nothing. And so it's our gamble to make sure we do our jobs right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thank you so much for teaming up with us to save lives, because at the end of the day, that's what you're really doing. A lot of people, there's been some suicides because of financial issues.
They don't see the light.
They don't see the light. They don't know the way out. This is one of the ways out.
Yeah.
You got to talk to somebody.
Yes, you have
and
to
it's not.
pick up
It
a
doesn't
phone.
always have to be a psychiatrist, right? You guys are able to help people out of that issue. In the few minutes that we have left with you, Joe, that's your camera, and speak to those folks
Sure.
that are thinking and wondering, how do I get out of this? What do I do?
So first of all, I want to attack one quick thing, which is a lot of people have a bad vibe from the credit repair industry. And I want to say that if you've had a bad experience and you let us know on that phone call when you're speaking to our representative that, hey, I went to X and X company, I spent this amount of money and I did not see results. We will work, and we're actually working with clients and giving you a discount of some of that money you spent with them. We want to see you in a better place. So even if you choose not to do business with us, we will still give you that free assessment. We will still walk you through your credit to help you figure out what's going on with your life. So at least you have the power, you have the knowledge to do something when you're ready.
Joe, you're a lifesaver.
Thank you so
Your
much.
business
Clark.
development partner, he's coming on next. We're going to talk to him a little bit about getting out of that hole. Don't be afraid. The doctor's in the house. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Advocates Corner. I'm your host, Clark Pena. Before we went on our break, we let you know that the doctor is in the house. We're here with Aaron Crowder. He's the head of business development, Venture Credit Solutions. My brother, good to see you, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm
Good,
excited
good.
to be here.
Well, we're all excited. We're all excited because the questions have been coming in, and you guys are here to answer them.
Indeed, we are.
How you doing today?
Very well. The weather's a little crazy up here in the city. Hot, cold, hot. But I'm
You
getting
guys
by,
were just
having a
coming.
good
You
time.
came back from Florida, correct?
We did. Yeah. When we first got back, we got smacked with that 40-degree weather. Now it's all sunshine and roses again.
Outstanding. Well, it's great to have you back. Tell us a little bit about the partnerships. How do you work alongside the mortgage brokers?
So not only with mortgage brokers, anybody who's pulling credit, anybody who's running credit, anyone who has a credit-based product, we work with them to kind of help prevent so many declines. Most businesses that are credit-based, you see a lot more bad than good. You see a lot of declines versus the deals that get approved and the people that you're actually able to help. So we're here to help educate those people who are getting declined on how to prevent that from happening again. It's not one of those things when you're applying for credit. It's not one of those things where you get credit for trying, if you will. The more you try, the worse it gets. So, we're looking to help. We connect with banks, we connect with mortgage brokers. I've got a guy we can talk about a little bit who does solar panels.
Absolutely.
They finance the solar panels. Again, we help them with the people they're turning away. A no doesn't benefit the business, it doesn't benefit the consumer. So we're helping people get to that yes. We're helping to clean them up, educate them on how to maintain strong credit, and have more of a positive outcome when they're going to go after the things they need.
Crossing that finish line.
Absolutely.
How, as far as success, is it happening? Is it working?
Of course. Listen, credit is a great thing, right? Not only you don't always have enough cash to get whatever it is you need. People they abuse their credit. You know what I mean? They don't really pay close enough attention to their credit. It's almost like a cancer, not to be too deep. If you're not looking at it, it's going to get worse. There's things you can do to keep it at least at an even keel. Keep yourself in a position where you can borrow when you need to. You can get a decent price on rent or a mortgage or whatever have you. But yes, success, of course. If you can educate the people, tell them again how to pay attention, what to look for, what not to do, what to do. Don't apply too much. It's a matter of maintaining a balance, and if you can instill that balance in people, then they'll be successful.
Where are your calls? The majority of your calls coming from for assistance?
Listen, we just came back from a huge event in Miami, broker event. It went amazing. Again, anyone who is pulling credit, you could be a leasing agent, you could be a mortgage broker. Again, I've got a great guy who sells solar panels, which, not to get too far off topic, but I mean, that's kind of a benevolent thing. We're reducing the carbon footprint, if you will. And I'm no ecologist, but it sounds to me like a good thing. And if he's turning away, you can't even get solar panels on your house. That's horrible. So, credit, it just gives you an opportunity to get the things that you need. We're in an automated world. Cash is no longer king. So again, we can work with anyone who's pulling credit, anyone who is running a business that's credit based.
How are you helping our friend with the solar panels?
Again, listen, this guy reached out to me. This guy reached out to me out of nowhere. I was so surprised, and I was like, you know what? We can work together. We can help. Again, solar panels is not a cheap thing. It's a fairly new technology. It's expensive, right? So people can't put up a couple $1,000 just to put solar panels on their house. So they finance it. You're going to finance something, you need good credit. So we're helping him. We're taking on his clients. We're doing a free assessment. That's where it starts. Joe mentioned earlier, it's completely success-based. We're not out here to make a killing per deal. We're out here to do volume. We want to help a lot of people, and that's how we'll be successful, the more people we help. So yeah, again, ton of success, and we can work with anyone pulling credit. That guy's selling a lot more solar panels.
He's doing much better.
He's doing
outstanding,
great.
Outstanding, great job. Something I noticed with Joe and yourself, you guys feel good when you help others, and that's very important. When I first heard about credit organizations and so forth, I did my research, but I saw Venture Credit Solutions, and I said, wow, these are, and then we met.
Absolutely.
And I said, well, these are great guys.
Yeah.
These are great guys. Is that your approach to everything? You guys are so easy to talk to.
Well, you try to be a good guy. We're all out here to make a living. We all want to be successful. You know what I mean? You got to, put in the hard work. We work hard, but the more good you do for the world, I think, is where you're really going to see the benefit. We're creating great relationships. You know what I mean? We're not burning this bridge and just building another one. All of our bridges, they stay intact, for lack of a better explanation. But yeah, we're doing, again, the more good you do, the more benefit you see, the more longevity, sustainability that you can create by helping people. When you talk about Aaron Crowder, I want you to say, that guy helped me out, that guy helped my business, that guy helped educate me, that guy's a good guy. That's what I'm looking for.
And that's something that, what is it called, karma?
Karma, yeah, it's she's alive and well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are you looking to do, and Joe touched up on this, to assist students that are going through a lot of credit
Students
issues?
is a big one. We've got a very big effort, a big push to help the students. We know money is going to be limited with the students, so we got to figure out how to make it affordable for them. We're always conscious of what's going to be best for this person. I mean, how great would it be? We talked about it earlier off camera. College, really, when you leave, you think, I go to college so that I get out, I'll be successful, I'll jump right into a job. It doesn't work that way.
No.
You know what I mean? You've got a ton of debt. Who's really telling you how to get out of that debt, right? You've got jobs. Joe mentioned this earlier as well. You've got jobs now looking at your credit to vet you to be hired, right? So you get out of school, you did all this hard work, you crammed 16-hour days in the books, you're a straight A student. now you're out, you're in debt, your credit's not great because you weren't focused on that. You know what I mean? You need somebody to help you focus on the things that you can't pay attention to. You need people, and we're very conscious of that. And our students, I mean, not to be cheesy, but they're our future. We're what's the word? I don't want to say farming. We're nurturing. We're helping grow these human beings who will go out into the world and run the country, if you will. So these people need to know what to expect. They need to know how to maintain, how to get out and truly be that success story that you planned to be when you went into college.
And isn't that horrible when you think about that? You can't start out wrong and end up right. And you know, it's something that should be taught.
It should be, yeah.
Because you know, you want them to be successful. You want them to be successful. Are you guys eventually going to be doing a college tour, if you will?
Absolutely. Listen, the main thing again with credit, there's no tricks. Another thing Joe said, there's no tricks. Tricks just, you know, let me rephrase that. There are some tricks, but what happens with those tricks, it's a temporary fix. Things go bad again if you're not, you know, doing it the right way. So we want to do it the right way. We want to educate people. Eventually we'll be out of a job because everyone will know what to do.
Absolutely.
But,
absolutely.
That's the goal. We want to educate
no residual.
the kids. Right? There's no residual. We want to educate the kids, man. We want them to have a fair shot. So we're going to be doing some college tours. We're going to be doing some speaking engagements. It's just to get the word out there, man. Credit is a great thing. It's a great thing if you manage it properly.
You are very successful yourself, correct?
I'm doing all right.
For the record. He's doing good. And that's just something that, you know, that's transferable to folks. You could teach it because you've lived it.
Yeah. And I didn't have that growing up, you know what I mean? My parents, they grew up, you know, I'm half black, half white. My mother and father grew up in a time where that wasn't such a great thing, you know what I mean? For the cultures to mix. So, you know, they had a lot of hurdles in their way, so they weren't able to educate me on certain things like this. I kind of took the rough road in learning it myself. I went out there and I worked and I figured it out. I got with, you know, individuals like Joe Clapman, who you know, had some success in that area as well. And now we just want to spread the word, man. We feel like there's enough to go around for everybody.
Absolutely. There's issues. I know with students, but there's also issues with people that are much more mature, that are out there that are struggling as well. What would you recommend that they do? What should be their first step?
You gotta figure it out, man. You gotta identify the issue. That's the only way to fix the issue is to identify the issue, educate yourself on what am I doing wrong. You know what I mean? What do they say? Knowing is half the battle, right? Figure it out. Get educated. People need people. That's another big thing, a mantra of mine. You can't go it alone. Find somebody who knows. Work with that person and get yourself together.
That's something that's very important. It's never a time to give up, correct? Never give up.
Never. We're living longer and longer these days. Come on, man. It's a new day. You know what I mean? People are living longer. Young people are starting businesses. It's a new day. It's time now that we get educated, and it's time now that we take control of our success.
And we're excited here in the Advocates Corner that Joe made the announcement that we're going to be teaming up on a couple of ventures to educate folks and save lives. I consider it saving lives. I do consider it, yeah.
It is. Credit is who you are these days. It's a big part of that.
Absolutely. And you know, something I've noticed that if you don't have the right credit, you can't even get an apartment. It'll stop you from employment. You know, that's really rough. It's vicious. It's vicious. So you guys have to, I'm going to put doctor in front of Joe and doctor in front of your name, because you guys
take that much credit, but
you guys are saving lives. You're doctors in your field, and we look forward to continuing to work with you.
Likewise.
And before you go, that's your camera. Tell people what they should know.
So listen, if your clients, let's talk from that perspective, something a little different than what Joe was talking about. If your clients are people who need credit in order to qualify for your product, if you're turning people away left and right, you know that's hurting them. Let's work together. Let's educate these people. Let's get the word out that credit is important, and you need to know your credit, and you need to watch your credit, and you need to take care of your credit.
Outstanding. I couldn't have said it better myself. I want to thank our friends, our new friends.
Yes.
From venturecreditsolutions.com, Venture Credit Solutions, Dr. Joe Clapman and Dr. Aaron Crowder.
Thanks for having us, brother.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to start sending all the information out watch the program. We're going to repeat the program more than once because it's about saving lives.
Absolutely.
And educating our people.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us once again. I'm Clark Pena. This is your Advocates Corner reminding you, let's take care of each other always. Hasta la próxima.